No, we shouldn't kill each other. And so what should happen is, I used to stick people up. I used to rob people. Now, I'm being honest. I'm not trying to front for y'all. I'm not against him robbing them. Caught him, rob him. Why you gotta kill him?
I agree.
Why you gotta kill him? And that's what bothers me.
So speaking of like people who should have probably been, unfortunately, a little more concerned about who was around them, we have your boy PnB Rock. RIP, man. I don't think the man deserved to get body eating with his girl. That's just insane to me. I do think it speaks to this idea of like rappers, entertainers, whoever, especially unfortunately black ones, you are a target. Stop running around thinking people don't know who you are, or they don't care about what you got going on. And also, I think it's kind of corny that these guys got to check in LA. Like, why you got to check in and be in the city? For what? I'm not in the hood. I'm not doing a silly hood shit. If I'm in there, like, you know, getting grimy, I guess I get that, but that seems kind of weird to me. But I did want to talk about one thing in particular, then we'll go into that a little bit more. Fat Joe was on Charlamagne's, I guess, rebranded show on Comedy Central.
Yeah, another show?
I think it's the same when they rebranded it. By the way, Comedy Central, niggas don't think Charlamagne's that funny. Stop giving him fucking shows. Please.
Charlamagne has like 10 failed shows.
He's not funny. He can barely host a show. Give it to somebody else that deserves it. I'm happy he black and he get in the bag, but god damn it, Charlamagne does not speak for us. Anyways, he did have a good interview, or a funny interview, I would say, with Fat Joe recently. In which Fat Joe was like, yo, man, I used to stick people up. He said, no, hey, we'll be real with y'all. He said, so listen, he said, you got PnB, you got him? He said, rob him. He said, I support that. He said, I'm cool with that. He literally said, I'm cool with that. You got him? Get him. He said, but you ain't got to kill him. And I was just like, damn, that's some criminal ass way to think about some shit. But he's right. What do you gain from killing that dude? You done got his shit. As much as you going to get out of it, why kill him? Let him go about his day. Let him go about living. He'll make more money. You going to get off on the money that you got from him. And I was like, you know what? That's actually not a bad thought. I wanted to get your guys' takes. Do you agree with Fat Joe? Like, you get robbed, you get robbed. Yeah, but don't kill him.
I'm one of those people, like, I would go as far as just to say that maybe they shouldn't be robbing him at all.
I think
How about we not?
How about we not rob him at all?
Yeah, like how about we
concept?
How about we let him eat his chicken and waffles in peace?
Man said, nah, you got to come off that chain.
Right. He's like,
come off that chain and that two-piece, my boy.
Right. I go there. Getting shot in Roscoe's is messed up.
It's the most nigga place I think in the world to get shot at. I have to admit, like,
especially and you know we've been out to LA, so the Roscoe's that he was in was like the most hood ratchet Roscoe's that you can go to. There's Roscoe's in Hollywood. There's Roscoe's downtown. There's Roscoe's near the airport. The main one that everyone goes to. You pick the one that's like the S is falling off the Roscoe. Like it's like,
oh shit!
Like, you know, I know how like everybody's trying to blame his girlfriend. Like, why did he post a location? Like, you in heavy gang territory. That ain't got nothing to do with her posting location. That ain't nothing but a phone call. Like, yo,
it's not. I think people are talking about like they know where they was at because of that. I'm like, if you in a place that's as busy as a Roscoe's is, you're right. All could be is somebody seeing you and being like,
that's it.
Not even, and I'll be real with you. I wouldn't necessarily have known who he was if I saw him out in public, but just being like, yo, he out here. This is a dude out here iced out. Come get him. And maybe not knowing who he is what it comes down to. But I'm like, I just think, again, I go back to, if you out here, if you walking around, I mean, I don't know what the average cost of a rapper Shane is, right? But if you walk around here with, you know, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 on your neck, more than that, millions on your neck, you gotta like the bank don't move more than $100,000 without armed security. You would think you essentially like the Brinks truck, unguarded. That's an easy lick. You got a better chance at going on to a rapper by himself, but you got going to that Brinks truck that got 2 armed security guards that can fire when they need to. Why would y'all think this is like it's an easier job? I'm just saying, I think boys gotta move smooth, man, especially in LA, because apparently LA is a wild, wild west, like legitimately.
Yeah, I don't understand the culture of check in and like one thing I always notice, like especially in LA, who's like they never been about money.
You know what? You're right. New York dudes always like get this money. LA is just like it's just banging.
It's just gang banging.
All they ever talk about is just gang banging. Because we gang. Like, all right.
Like it's like everybody got like every other city or some, even if like on some type of major level had major kingpins. LA got like 2, and that was during the crack era. And after that, it's like just all gang banging. It was like all gang banging. Like it's nothing about getting money. It's more like lifting weights on the front lawn and
Yo, it's crazy.
Lifting weights on the front lawn.
You see that nowhere else. Like, why you got a weight bench on Nana Magnolia, nigga? What are you doing?
Right. Like,
get this shit out of here.
Right. And it might be because where we from. We just sitting there like, yo, y'all hoods look like our suburbs. Like, why are y'all angry?
Grass everywhere.
Y'all got nice grass.
Everybody got houses and backyards to cook out in. Nice palm tree laden streets. What's
right?
Why you mad?
Why you angry?
Yo, it's funny. I went to Compton the first time, like maybe a couple years ago. I was like, this shit nice.
Yeah,
this where y'all from. This feel nice. This is a nice neighborhood.
I was thinking the same thing. Right, the same way.
I was like, Compton don't feel that bad at all. This shit feel nice.
It's like right through Crenshaw and Slauson. He's sitting there like, yo, this ain't that bad. Like it's really
not. It feels like it's nice. It feel real nice.
I was like, why y'all so angry?
I take you out to the South Bronx. You're gonna be like, nah, this ain't nice.
Right? Yeah, this ain't no.
I don't want to be. Can we go?
We actually got
East York. You want? Nah, we need to go.
Right.
I don't want to be here no more. All right, well, fair enough.
There's no palm trees in our hoods. Like it's
trees. There, trees. I mean trees.
Right. Like this, like I'm sitting there like, yo, this a heavy gang area. This.
Maybe that's what happened. Maybe boys go out there thinking this sweet. This is all sunny and fun, and then they.
Yeah, it throws.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, it definitely throws you off because you'll be riding. Like if you from any, especially on the east, if you riding through there, you won't know like you in the hood because it's so nice.
That's crazy.
Like you won't even realize it.
You mentioned something else too, I thought was interesting. We were offline. You mentioned if you're talking about like on Hoffa podcast, how when he go out there, he'll check in, whatever. Who and how would some of these young dudes, if we talking about it, check in? Like who are they supposed to call? Like if I'm a young rapper, I say I'm Favi, I'm going out to LA. Who am I supposed to call? I'm a young dude in the game. I don't got the connections like that. Like, is there like I'm gonna need LA bangers to provide some kind of line or service? Like, who should you be calling? Because I always want to call the right guy. Because like, if I call somebody who got mad beef, am I gonna be a target now because I called the wrong dude to give me protection?
Right. Also, like, I don't want to get extorted. Like, so it's like
it sounds like that's what the check-in is.
Right,
yeah, I'm coming in, drop $100,000, and you good, my G. Like,
right.
What if I don't want to pay that?
Right, exactly. Because the OG's idea of checking in, like, yo, I'm letting my man know I'm here. Let me call him my man.
Right. And then they get hooked up, they get looked out. You know what I mean? If they get caught up, people come through and help them out.
Right. That's how it's supposed to be. These young dudes is like, I'm not like, who do I call? And I'm not trying to get extorted either. Like, I'm not trying to deal with all that. I shouldn't have to pay for protection. I'm just letting, like, I want to call my man, let him know I'm coming out here. Like most people do.
I always wonder though, like when you think about like even where I live now, like it's very easy for me to avoid these situations. Like it's actually not hard. So like, why are you checking in planning on being in a place where you need to check in.
And that's part of my thing too, G. That's a great point. If I'm at this level of status and money, I'm going to LA. So I went to LA 2 weeks ago to go to the game. All right, cool. I'm staying in a nice hotel. I'm going to nice restaurants. I'm going to like maybe touristy type of shit. But like, I'm not taking a vacation to the hood and saying, yo, where the toughest niggas hang out at? Yo, bet let's go throw the dice.
Like Soldier Boy.
I'm not doing that. We're not going to the World Series of Dice. Shout out Dave Chappelle and be like, yo, what's up? I'm here for the festivities. No, you want Roscoe, and again, if you want Roscoe, you ain't got money. How's about to get that shit for you? Or you want to sit there?
Right.
You can't. You ain't got 4 dudes you can call up, or call an actual armed security service and be like, yo, rapper, I'm a high value asset. I need 4 or 5 dudes security work at the Roscoe's. You can't afford that. You clearly can. So I don't know why you're not even thinking like that. But you make a good point. Why be in the middle of the hood at all? But you don't need to be. Or you want to go check out where Nipsey was at? Okay, fine. Go through there with your 4 or 5 goons, heavily armed, professional security, heavily armed. Do your thing and then get out of there. It's not like you will lick when you walk in those spots. You go into the hood where there isn't money and there isn't wealth, and you're presenting your wealth. I wish he would have thought about that, man. I hope all rappers move like that moving forward. Like, listen, check in, call who you gotta call, or just don't be in the hood like that.
Right.
Or be with people who won't keep you safe. That's your people.
Or don't flash your stuff like that. If PnB Rock ain't have all that jewelry, because it could easily be a situation, like you said earlier, they don't even know who he is.
Just see this shit
on we just see all this
money.
chain, right? I just see all this big chain, watch. I see the car you pulled up in.
Probably something flashy as fuck.
Right. Because I can't
they ain't
see.
pull up in a Camry. That ain't happen.
Right. Because the whole thing, like just going back to that, she shared the location. You don't even know if she's with him if you just going by that. You know what I mean? So
and then you gotta know who his girl is and be really following his girl. Like, what kind of premeditation that takes to be
exactly.
That's I'm really on this shit, know who this shit. Even if she has a verified account, you gotta know who she is. Have been watching her enough to know where she going. Like, that's a lot, man.
Right. It's a lot.
And it's also fucked up to say it's her fault. Like, she didn't want this nigga to get bodied. Why would she want that shit? That's just that's corny. I thought people were really tasteless when that shit, honestly.
That sounded more like to me like somebody saw him, made the call, and literally because where he's at, they're around the corner.
niggas walked there from where he at. This is crazy.
But I got to be careful out there.
Rappers, you an asset, man. I would have so much security with me all the time.
Right.
You gotta bring your hood with you. No. I want armed former Navy SEALs who know how to shoot somebody at 100 yards. That's what I want. I don't want just dudes in the hood. I want real security.
Especially in LA, because those dudes they're emotional. It's like that's just like you take it from somebody like you say emotional.
The LA dudes is emotional.
Emotional. Like that's all ego. Like you jealous of the dude. Like because if it was that's why I said they not about money. Because it was about money, you literally out like you got Hollywood Hills. Like it ain't that far from the hood.
It's not.
You not robbing them.
And more importantly, a murder makes it hot on the block. You can't get money.
Right. Who you gonna sell it to?
I got this shit say PnB Rock on it. Like, you want this chain? No.
Right.
No, I don't.
Right.
What do you want me to do with it?